This is Brett Flesher. This is my interview profile findings for Ed 683. I am sharing this with my colleagues, and my interview was with Mohammed. His name has been changed, and I hope you enjoy my findings. For my interview, I interviewed Mohammed. I obtained permission from this individual to conduct the interview and informed him that it was for a class paper. Mohammed is a 29-year-old male from Lebanon. He migrated with his family to Clarksville, Tennessee when he was 16. When Mohammed was 19, he moved with his family to San Jose, California, where he attended UC Berkeley for his undergraduate degree in physics. At college, this was the first time that Mohammed actually felt like he was an equal to his peers. He was very excited to be in an environment where he was no longer such a drastic minority, and he actually felt part of the culture. Mohammed was very unique in his situation. His father was a professor in Lebanon as well as Tennessee, and both he and his mother were fluent in English even before he moved to the United States. Because of Mohammed's parents, Munzer and Barbara, both of their names have been changed, and their ability to fluently speak English, his transition to America and the United States was seamless in that aspect. I felt as though my interview with Mohammed was extremely influential and was instrumental in my development as an educator. I was able to interact with someone who was put into many different cultural situations and has excelled in life from those. I feel like I can incorporate what I've found from this interview into my fund of knowledge, which I then can add to my teaching. This interaction was really beneficial for both parties, and we went away from this experience as better people. I have learned that I need to consistently strive to further my education and expand my fund of knowledge to become an even better educator. Mohammed and I spoke in great detail about a very significant event in history that happened when we were both in the United States as teenagers in high school. This was a very critical moment in United States history. And although we had very different perspectives, backgrounds, and histories, we were both drastically impacted by this event. I am, of course, referring to the terrorist attacks on the United States on September 11th, 2001. I have never actually been able to interact with a practicing Muslim, and my understanding of their perspective of how their life has been impacted from September 11th was very critical to my education. On a daily basis, Mohammed has to interact with as many people as we do, and it's easy to forget how many people you actually do interact with until they start judging and criticizing you based on the way you look. Every day, Mohammed experiences bias and racial discrimination just from the color of his skin. He speaks fluent English and is very much a participating citizen of the United States. However, the majority of people that he interacts with outside of his social circles view him as a very stereotypical threat to the United States of America. This, of course, is completely unjustified and irrational, and while a lot of citizens might understand that, he is still subject to that every single day. perspective and understanding I will definitely be able to take into my classroom. A sort of respect that I never expected to gain, that even though a person may have overcome the obvious obstacles that acquiring or transitioning to a new country would bring, there are everyday little situations that he has to deal with. It is my job as an educator to minimize those day-to-day minor situations that will add up to putting significant strain and harm on a person's ability to learn and be accepted in their social setting. The citations that I used, this was written for this course and for this assignment, and then I just took excerpts from it. Any of the images on here are from National Geographic's website and just helps carry along with the presentation. Thank you all so much for listening to my presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to post. Again, this is for Ed 683, my Master's in Teaching course for the ESOL endorsement at Western Oregon University. Thanks!